Am I audible?
Morning.
Very good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing exceptionally well. How about you?
I am also pretty much good. And it's the beginning of the day. And I am so delighted to have you on my channel. I am, you can say, super duper excited to talk to you because I have seen one of your video where you have just revealed that how much dedicated you are towards reading books. So that was, you can say, the strength of me to read a book. And when you mentioned that you have read so many books, then I just made up my mind to have a bombastic conversation with you. So thank you so much for having a session with me.
Oh my God, I couldn't even believe that my day is started with this so many like blessings, and thank you so much for inviting me. It's a bit long due sessions, and because of my traveling, I was not able to join. Now also I am in middle of something, but right now my kids are sleeping, so I thought why not to make most of it. So since morning I have been searching that okay I have to send somebody that with whom I have to start my conversation video. So by God grace, I read your comment on the YouTube channel and I thought, okay, let's give it a shot with this thing only, because for me, like whenever I read somebody's comment section, so for me, I never take it anything like whatever the success I am getting granted. No, for me, each and everything is like so precious that I want to make other people also understand that it is not a rocket science. It is not a rocket science that why we are saying that why we cannot speak in this language. This language is very simple and only needs that is our real consistency and perseverance. That's it. Apart from that, we are good to go to learn this language. And thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you. And you have rightly pointed out, and we will discuss that there is no rocket science or there is no shortcut, and we have to put our struggle. And I can totally resonate with you because my kids are also sleeping. And I just thought that why shouldn't I have to get the most of my precious time and to talk and to discuss and to utilize this precious time for me and for my personal growth as well. So, may I have the honor of your introduction, please?
Yeah, sure, please. Uh, shall I go first?
Yes, please.
Okay. As you know, my name is Indu. I hail from Himachal Pradesh. Presently, I am living in Mumbai. I am a mother of two beautiful daughters and devoted homemaker. In terms of my hobbies, I have plethora of hobbies. These days, spoken English is taking over everything. I can say this language is giving me the kick to live my life to the fullest. Apart from that, I do have immense love for my reading habit. And lately, I have created my YouTube channel by the name of Learn English with Indu, where I'm sharing my conversation videos and solo videos to help learner to grow in their lives. So that is pretty much for today.
That is excellent, I would say. And when you say that, when you just said that I am in love with reading, so reading, if someone still loves reading in this digital era, if someone just loves to just flip over the pages and go through the smell of the pages and just realize and just relish you can say there is no charm and there is no other beauty apart from
Yes.
reading through real pages. So, thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. May I introduce myself now?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, my name is Gulnaz Aslam. I am from Punjab, Pakistan. I have done my master's in English as well as master's in history. I am a gold medalist in history. So, if we talk about my college career, I have been the topper and scholarship holder. So, I have won two competitions, two essay writing competitions, you can say. First at divisional level and the second one at Punjab provincial level, for which I was given certificate and cash prizes also. If we talk about my practical career, right after my education, I was given prestige by my this revered sir, Sir Amar bin Adal, to give me the opportunity to have lectureship at his college, New England College, to give. classes to master's classes in language and linguistics from where I started my practical career. After getting married, I also served at head of department at Bahia Foundation College. Currently, I am serving Convent Institute and I am also running my YouTube channel known as Gul Knowledge Hub. I am a mother of four kids, three sons and one daughter, and learning English is also my passion, and running YouTube channel and having conversation with diversity of people is one of my instincts which I cannot stop. So that is all about me.
Oh my God, such an incredible introduction, I must say. And means I'm curious now. Like people are so talented, and like for you, like for me, I can say I have just started my journey in this language because I haven't like explored so many things yet. But I always say that when we connect with people, then only we get to know that world is like too big, and we are just cribbing only for the small things, that how we can do. Now I'm a mother of two toddlers, I cannot go there, I don't have that much time. But when we see that other people are doing, so we also get motivated, and I'm so grateful that I'm connecting with you. And definitely I learned something from you today, that I can also restart my career. So thank you so much.
And you have made my day for such mega and magnanimous words. Thank you so much for this appreciation. And I am really love to know that which thing just triggered you to read books and to have and to inculcate this habit, because we all know that this is a digital era and people avoid reading. People
Yes.
just say that we love to read while having on mobile phone or on chat gpt or on any digit, but they are still avoiding books. So how did you inculcate this habit in your personality, and how many books you have read, and what was your specific and strategy to master all these things?
Okay. Well, honestly speaking, it was not premeditated for me as well. I just want that my daughter should incorporate all these habits. So I just thought that idea, that I am such kind of a pragmatic mother approach. I always carry out such kind of approach. If I am doing something, automatically my kids, they would pick up the things. So what I did, I just bought few of the books of Sudha Murthy's ma'am, because whenever I am in kitchen, like I, you know that I am a homemaker, and whenever I am doing something, I always try to learn something new, not like do gossip at home and like kill my time. I'm not such kind of a girl. So Sudha Murthy ma'am always says this thing only, that since her childhood she has been doing reading. So I just told to myself that I am admiring her a lot, but why I'm not incorporating her habits? Because when we are saying that we admire you a lot, so we can at least pick up one habit, one value from that particular thing. So that gave me the kick. Okay. And second thing was my daughter. And honestly speaking, now I am so grateful that these days my whole family is started, they have started the reading habit, including my husband. He always, like I can say, that tend to procrastinate for reading books, because you know, like nowadays we all are digital prisoners, and it's not easy to like we can say that give that showcase to kids and your husband. I can change my mindset, but I cannot change other perspective. But I'm so grateful that in today's this scenario, if my husband would give you the one of the best gift, he would definitely send me the books, or that Indu, you should read books. And last night only, when I got to know that he was also reading Sudhamurthy's ma'am books, so I was like over the moon. This morning when I woke up, I was like, oh my God. When I see that my daughter also, she slept like while reading. So I was like, oh my God, whatever the thing was there in my mind, which I have already set that priorities, means I am already on the edge to get all these things. So see, there was no deadlines, no premeditated method. Only the thing was that just go with the flow, whatever is coming to your mind. Like I started with the very small books, because when I started, my aim was not that to read so many books. And honestly speaking, if I'm buying any book, so my first goal is that to read first that first book, and then I opened the second book, whatever which I am buying. Otherwise, some people are they are just saying that okay, we have ordered n number of books, and by the end of the day, they are not even reading 2 pages. So that is also pressure for ourselves. So one tips I just want to give you that pick up only one book. Like these days, I am reading this book, Energize Your Mindset by Gaur Gopal Das ji. I always feel that most of the time, whosoever is reading books, especially the successful people, or whenever they are traveling in aeroplane, in train, or wherever we are going, most of the people they are carrying their books. Why? Because they are focused towards their goal. And whosoever they are means doing things on mobile, they are literally distracted, because like it's too easy to get distracted or get carried away through our mobile phone. And you won't believe that recently I got one experience that when I was traveling from Pathankot to Delhi, I even didn't even touch my mobile phone. Can you believe? This is the very first time for 10 hours of journey. I was completely into this habit. No, like no sleeping, no drinking, no eating. In between, I was munching. Apart from that, I was completely engrossed into this book. That okay, means it's so fascinating. But the thing is that when there is no deadlines, you shouldn't feel overwhelmed while reading books. When you have the correct strategy, then only you can hit the nail on the head.
Yes, great applause for you. And I completely resonate because I am an avid reader. So my son is of 13 years old, eldest son is of 13 years old, and my daughter is of 10 years old, and my third son is of 8 years old, and the last one is 2.5 years. That is, these are the ages of my kids. Now, being a mother, being a very conscious mother, and being a gold medalist and all those distinctions, I wanted to have the same scenario for my kids. And for that, I just thought that book reading has no substitution. If you are an avid reader, you can quote the examples from anywhere. Because I have also cleared CSS exam, competitive exam one time. So I just cracked this theory that if you have ideas and arguments with apart from your knowledge, you can incorporate in the best possible way and you can make the other person convinced of your arguments as well and the reason. So when my elder son was of 1 year old only, and I just wanted to create the scenario for which I just idealized that my kid should be in that zone. So I just implemented the same theory, the same practice which you are implementing right now. I just used to read because I had with my master's level books, 50 books of English literature were there for me. And I knew what, because my son was too young to understand, but he was not young enough to understand what my mother was doing. But he can just visualize that my mother is with something. It can be a digit, it can be a book like character. Now, just for example, this is the contemporary affairs book because I am a lover of contemporary affairs, history, and all those, and political affairs. So, contemporary affairs. So, for example, and I used to read only to show that a person can be preoccupied with something like book. So with the passage of time, my son just developed this habit. And in Pakistan, there are like Nonehal. Nonehal is very much important in Pakistan because it has Urdu edition as well as the English edition. At one side there is Urdu edition, and at the other side is there is English edition. Now, when he was able enough to read, I just purchased this specific novel, and it is monthly novel. So I purchased this and I used to read by myself. And I used to say, oh my God, Rohan, have you read this story? So amazing. The character, the theme, the novel. And each time, have you read this? Oh my God, what the characters are doing, what they are inculcating. And then Rohan used to say, Mama, give it to me. Then I would say, no, first finish. I will finish this story, then I will give you. In order to enhance the curiosity, inquisitivity within my son. And with the passage of time, by now I am grateful enough for this habit, particular habit, that my son does his breakfast, does his lunch, and even the dinner. And often I say that, Rohan, hurry up. And then he would say that, Mama, I can't even eat a simple bite without reading. So let me read. And once, and he is reading and he is doing his lunch, he is reading and he is doing his breakfast. So if we have to inculcate something positive or positive values, whatever we want to inculcate, we just have to implement it on ourselves first. Completely agreed.
Absolutely true. And it's so amazing that over the period of time, your kid, like your son, he got to know that it is so fascinating. See, we cannot force them. Like, we can only create the environment. So, for me as well in my life, when I was creating this environment, so when I started reading, I also felt this thing only. Oh my God, it is so fascinating. And when you can imagine, it's not only for the spoken English, but there are others. I can say that 30 other good ways which I am getting from the reading habit. And I know that this will definitely help in my future. To build my imagination, knowledge, it's like food for my brain. If I'm having my breakfast, so how it is giving me that energy? So it is replicating the same way. So when we are saying na this thing only, that there is no boundaries, we tend to carry around our books most of the time. Like this time also when we came, and my husband was saying that, oh my God, like I went to my maiden home, and I for traveling specially I ordered few of the books, and I'm so happy that only two or three are left. Otherwise, apart from that, I have already read all these books. So like whenever I am going outside, there is a priority. It's not like completely uncamped situations, because we need to set some priorities. That I know that traveling is the best way to read books. At home, I cannot get that much time. Even last night also, I thought that okay, I have to finish at least two chapters, and like whatever the story is there. But because of like whole day I have been doing work, and by the end of the day I'm feeling like I'm drained. So it's really difficult to squeeze out some time, but it's okay. I'm happy. I always say that whatever time we can take out, so we should be happy with that. Because and I chose traveling for myself. That whenever, wherever I'm going, in hospitals, in waiting queue, earlier I used to be a reckless girl. If somebody is telling me, na, Indu, wait for 15 minutes, I used to feel that belligerent girl. That why people are not saying, but books are telling me that, Indu, you have to be calm, composed, especially in difficult situations when you are not getting result. This is life. Life is not always a bed of roses. So it is not only for me increasing my vocabulary, but I can say that books are for me, it's like a silent mentor when nobody is there for me with practice. I can say today I'm having conversation with you after 20 days. For 20 days, I was not even connecting with anyone due to traveling and network issue. But still, today, I'm not feeling that my mind is going blank and I'm not getting, I'm struggling with the words. No, because back of the mind, I was doing deep down, I was doing my practice by my own. So now I can say that I am self motivated girl. I don't need anybody to give me that push from inside, that Indu, you need have you should have that environment for yourself. I can say here my self talk and reading books, only these two things helps me a lot. And I always say that, please, if you want that wisdom in your life, so please incorporate this habit, at least for start at least for one or two books. I'm not saying give that pressure to yourself. Whatever you like, I'm not saying that read only self-help books, fiction, non-fiction, whatever is floating your boat. It's up to you. The ball is in your court. But I just want that every person in this planet should read, so that we could give that consume so much content so that we can produce. Because I have seen in today's world, people are just scrolling like endlessly, means relentlessly, they are just scrolling on reels and mobiles, and by the end we are saying that we are running on the hamster wheel. We tend to feel in that way. But whenever we are reading books, after reading 20 minutes, you could see that spark on your face, how your face is glowing, how you are getting that contentment from inside.
Excellent, excellent. And I completely resonate with all these points because self talk means dramatic monologue. When you are the speaker, you are the narrator, you are the audience, and you are everyone. You are just appreciating yourself and you are just listening to yourself because sometimes it happens that we cannot express our emotions to anyone else. So
Yes.
that time we need someone. We need someone to just listen us. So that is the precious moment, that is the right moment for us to just indulge in self-talk or soliloquy and dramatic monologue when we are just having a conversation with ourselves. We are letting our brain, we are letting our heart to out, and there is no harm and no one would judge you, no one would have a ridiculing remark about you, and no one even criticize or having a sarcastic remark about you that you have done this one wrong, you have done this one wrong, here you are wrong or where you are wrong. So one thing very precious. Next thing is the wisdom. Yes, totally, because books are the best mentors. How they are the best mentor? They are not speaking, but they are the silent speakers, always teaching us something to how to confront the situation, how to control our emotions, and how you can undergo the most difficult circumstances where it seems to survive difficult, but you are still surviving because in books, what is there? There are the stories, there are some characters going through the most difficult situations, and when we compare ourselves with those characters we just say that oh my god, such a such a difficult circumstances, such a you can say herculean task they are performing. Why we can't be the achiever, the conquerors and everything we can conquer. So, and it enriches your imagination, always enriches your imagination. It colors. Imagination is there, but it needs color, like rainbow. If you have only one color to discuss, white color, white color, white color, everyone will get bored because of the monotonous. But if you just say the beauty, paint the beauty of seven colors of rainbow, everyone would be astonished, would readily listen to you because our average reader has so many things to discuss, not only one dull, monotonous routine, one dull, monotonous object. Even the one dull object would be diversified by that avid reader. So that is the beauty of this. And one more thing, I have just watched your video in which you were discussing the idioms and how one can master idioms, and especially because we have read so many idioms, thousands of idioms are there in the list, but evenly hardly we have 5 to 10 idioms there in this bucket. So if this bucket is not filled and readily give it to you like a dinner, how can we serve to the others? So how we can reserve, how we can have a develop a friendship with all those things, fancy words, advanced words, and idiomatic expressions.
Yes, absolutely true. And most of the time, people tend to say this thing that, like these days, I am on as a content creator. They are asking me that, ma'am, how we can use idioms naturally. So I only say only one thing that, for example, if you want to prepare pizza at your home, okay, so every day, if you are not preparing the recipe of pizza, you cannot. Means I cannot say that by the end of the 10th day you would have good pizza, but at least that would be edible for you. It's not like a Domino's, but it would be eatable for you. And for Domino's as well, whosoever they have, we can see the tip of the iceberg, but behind that, how many struggles, how many days they are putting hard works. If you are ready to go the extra mile, then this video is for you. Because I always say that if you want to speak in idioms, it's not that we are just showing case that why we have learned so much vocabulary and means we are impressing others. It's not a way. For me, why I have chosen this way, because my grammar was not up to that mark. when I started. So I took the help of idioms because I have seen many videos that people are using so many filler words. And in the beginning, I was also at the same place because I feel that it's never too late to mend your days and start your days wherever you are. Because that was the particular moment. If I also say that, means 10 people are saying me that Indu, why you are speaking in idiom? But I love to speak. I have seen this thing in my life that whenever I'm speaking in idiom, even my daughter, she has kept my name this only, that you are idiom like mother. She always says this thing only, that mama used to speak in idioms, because I love to pour my emotion in this. Whenever I am taking help of translation method, I am making grammatically error there. Got it? So these days I am focusing on my accuracy as well. Earlier I was not at least that much up to that mark. So I took the help of idioms as my strength, and over the period of time I have this capability. I always say that I am a smart cookie and I can learn as many as vocabulary I can. And on the top of that, I'm reading every day. So whenever I'm doing that reading, I'm getting that idiom there, I'm getting my revision at the particular time, I'm framing my own sentences. So I don't need anybody to make me with practice with me. I'm doing it by my own. But at least whenever I'm coming across any new idiom, I just pick up one idiom and frame my own real life situations. For example, lately I have got my braces. So what I did, like for 2 days, I was not able to speak. And girl, like who is always on the, I can say in the high spirit, and I was not even speaking for 2 days. For me, it was a like huge thing. So what I did, I just pick up my situations that right now I am like in feeling on pins and needles. So how could I describe my all these things in idioms, in phrasal verbs, and in other vocabulary? Because I know pain is there. So, but I don't want to use that pain and I'm not feeling okay. Well, we always say this thing, but I am a girl who always like variety of things. And whenever I say that it's really a hard pill to swallow, so it's not that it's easy to or difficult to understand. We just need to figure out the situation where we can use. Now, here comes the second scenario, that what people are doing or what learner are doing, they know about idioms and they want to speak continuously in idioms. Initially we can start this thing, but all the conversation we cannot carry through idioms. So this is also an art, that where to use, when to shift your gears from simple vocabulary to idioms, and how to give that navigation or direction to your brain, that here I'm not able to get that word, so could you please help me about that. And how all this process works, it works within a seconds, and it works with the help of practice. So at least if you are ready to go the extra mile or burn the midnight oil, then idiom or phrases are the best to describe yourself in English, and you will definitely forget the simple or small words. Because vocabulary, it doesn't mean that you choose only high or fancy words. I always say that you should know that at least at one particular situation, how to describe in 10 other different ways. Or if you don't know 10 other, at least you should know three other different ways, so that your mind doesn't feel that cold feet or chicken out. You don't feel that if somebody is coming. So how would you use all these words in your vocabulary?
Yes, yes. An excellent approach that you have inculcated this habit. And the most important thing is that we just not to paint the whole canvas with the idiomatic expressions are in front of that person who is not ready to listen or who is not able to understand, because in that case we would be just like bossy, or we are just bombarding that person with our idiomatic expression. It means that we are creating a fake picture. So uh, not too many expressions, not too many idiomatic expressions, but the right time, the right kind of expression paints the good, a very embellished picture of yours. I completely agree. So we are running short of time and we have lot to discuss and we have discussed a lot. I want to I want to discuss so many things. And because every idiom, every idiom just resonates the story of both of us. So it was a remarkable thing, and we should have to continue our journey, because once you start reading, once you start utilizing these expressions, once they become your habit, like brushing your teeth, or having breakfast, or doing the dishes, whatever you are performing, once it becomes irreplaceable part of your life, then you don't have to force yourself. Just if you, at the initial period of time, if you can just read one page, even one paragraph, not one page,
Yes.
only one paragraph is sufficient for you in order to inculcate it as inseparable part of your personality. Once it's done, then you are just in that zone where you are enjoying the different colors of that salad, because it is just like salad, variety, spice of life. And once you start enjoying that phase of life, then you are not that this is a burden. I have to extract some time, and what time should be there for reading 10 times, for reading 10 minutes, 10. No. Then whenever you have time, you will not pick this one. You will pick this one. This is your preference now. Now, and the right word is that how to inculcate the preference. It is your preference, because the time is yours. Decision is
Yes.
in your court. Now, if you just pick it up and just read 2 lines and your time is sufficient, you will have something in your brain to just nourish it yourself. And thank you so much, Induji, for having a conversation with me. And I want to wrap up the session. Would you like to have any kind of ending lines for this super duper session? You can.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And at the end, I just want to only say one thing. There is nothing impossible in this world. Everything we can do. Only the thing you just have that believe in yourself. And at the end, just keep practicing, keep learning, and everything is possible in this world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Have
Have
a
a
nice
nice
day.
day.
Thank you so much for
Have a nice day.
joining.
Thank you so much.